Hi guys, welcome back to the weekly care video that I'm going to be making about my isopods here. About every week or so I'm going to upload a video kind of showing off 3 bins of my isopods. Sometimes I have a couple cultures of the same species of isopod, but let's get into these 3. So first, starting off, is the Nesadello Yeti. This is their bin here. You can kind of appreciate, going week by week how it's looking. Ton of springtails. These guys I just put in a lot more hardwood leaves. You can see them over there, so they're a little harder to find. There's one here. I'll be honest, these look pretty darn cool, like Marina pearls. They don't really breed as fast. So here I'm just going to do the overall maintenance of these bins. I'm just not just show it off, but I'm going to show how I take care of these bins. Here, I touch the sphagnum. It's not that wet. And I look at the dirt here on the side. Over here, you can noticeably see it's a lot drier. So what I do, I have a wand here, and I just run it around along the edge. Yep. That should be enough for now. Comes down to food. I'm not seeing a lot of old food, so I'm just going to be sprinkling in some Repashy morning wood. Some people like having little cups. I do that in some of my cultures. Not enough of the Yetis for me to start providing a cup. I don't mind sprinkling it all over the enclosure simply because there's a lot of springtails in here. This is a very mature culture of throwing springtails here a long time ago, before I even had the isopod. So the springtails are well underway, and I just sprinkle in a bit of fish food. There you go. Very nice. And that's pretty much their care. This will probably get them through about a week. These guys do tend to chew on the hardwood leaves a little bit more often. So, whoops. Not too bad. Next up is the can't really pronounce it. Spherulo species Godzilla. This is a fossorial species of isopod. This is actually a pretty rare species of isopod. It sucks. I got these. I gotta think like a 6 count. They were pretty small. The seller did warn me that they were smaller, but these guys get to a pretty substantial size. You'll hardly ever see them though, simply because they are fossorial. You can see there's a lot of old morning wood. These guys really don't come out of the soil, so I kind of get in here and kind of mix up the leaf litter so mold doesn't really. Oh, look at that. There we go. Right there. Godzilla right there. Very cool. Awesome. Look at that. Little treat for you guys. Yeah. So with this type of species, it sucks because let's see if I can angle this thing a little bit better. Sucks because you don't really see them all that often. As you can see, they have enough food. So I'm probably check the nice and wet. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water here to the sides. There you go. That's enough. Very nice. Saw Godzilla today. Always nice to see those shy isopods out and about. Always a good sign. Next up are Jupiters. Cubaris Jupiter. Probably one of the coolest isopods I actually have. Let's see if I can find some for you guys. There's one right in there. Very cool. Yeah. I have a food cup here. Very cool. Old morning wood. There are sometimes dead ones that you find. However, so far so good. I've been keeping this culture a little bit more wet than anything, and they're actually looking pretty good. It does look a little musky underneath this wood, but honestly it doesn't look too bad. Some old pieces of corn. A lot of the muskiness is just decomposing leaves. These guys really don't eat the leaves too much, but I can see that they still have quite a bit of old food. So I'm just going to wet them up. Jupiters do like it pretty wet. Not like Panda Kings, but they don't really appreciate dry soil. So I do wet both sides for these guys. These and the Panda Kings and the duckies, white duckies, rubber duckies, all those guys like it pretty moist. Alrighty, nice short video. That's 3 of my bins. Hope you liked it. I'll catch you guys in the next one.